we move from Earth to other planets. This is very well known in theory. There are 2-3 options available, 2-3 ways of reaching that. So what we looked at was what is the minimum energy transfer from Earth to Mars. So you come to a point in the Earth's orbit where you start leaving from the sphere of influence and then move around the sun and then go near Mars, capture the orbit of Mars. That is one way of doing it. Now, if you look at the classical way of doing this, one has to get into that area of sphere where the sphere of influence from the Earth is and Mars is reached. From there you have to leave. But to reach that point, you require a powerful rocket, almost 10 times of what India had at that time. So we used a very novel method. First, we got into a smaller orbit and raised that orbit in a few stages using some of the fundamental physics, essentially. It required some 15 days of extra stay in the orbit around Earth. And finally, we reached that point where normally every other country will start its journey. So between the launch of November 5th to December 1st, we were going around Earth. And then we started the journey to Mars. Two things happened. When we did this, of course, we could do it with a small rocket, PSL, from Sriharikota. But we could test each and every instrument and all modes of operation, and the satellite was still in the orbit of Earth, which opportunity we will never get if we were just traveling towards Mars. So that was a blessing for us. The second one, the most important element was the direction in which you move from Earth's sphere of influence. That required very complex calculations on the impact of all other celestial bodies on the spacecraft during the next 300 days of journey. And that was the test for our orbital mechanics, mathematics community. And we did that. And because we did that, we didn't have to use much fuel for correction during the course of journey. That is why when we said we will have 6 months of life, today still we are having a live satellite doing its job. We didn't waste much of fuel for corrections because our calculations were good. The last point was breaking the velocity. If you did not capture that orbit of Mars, it would have gone into the universe somewhere, it would have been wandering around. So you have to use a propulsion system to break, which has to operate after 300 days, which we did diligently, and we captured the orbit. But the entire thing we did in about 4 years' time from concept to fruition. When in America, for their 22nd mission, they had 11 years of preparation. And this is where our USP comes. Here, we were working for a national cause, national pride, once in lifetime opportunity for us. It was our devotion and dedication that was uppermost rather than being a job that one was doing for a salary on a contract basis.
So the difference is